Okay, I think we're recording. I'm super excited to be here with our Glad Warriors today. Just to sort of talk about what is coaching. I know like we all sort of post about how it's completely transformed our lives and we're feeling good and our kids are happy because we're happy for the most part. And even though we struggle, we tend to find the just more positive things in life through this dynamic thing that is coaching. And so I just wanted to just welcome everybody to our call tonight. I'm super jazzed. I'm tired because I've been up since 3 o'clock this morning. And if you would have told me 3 years ago that I'd be getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning and like jumping out of bed, I'd say no way. I'm kind of a reformed night owl. Actually, I have an alarm set on my phone that tells me to go to bed every night. But for the last almost 3 years, I've been a coach. I was a CrossFitter and group fitness class fanatic and didn't think you could get in shape at home, sweating to the oldies. And man, did I find out that that's truly my passion and greatest thing. Now I love dancing to the oldies in my living room. So I actually became a coach. I saw on social media one of my friends, I actually hadn't met her. She was a friend of a friend posting about this business opportunity, and she was doing these vacations and travel, and she stayed at home with her kids, which really wasn't appealing to me because I worked a full-time job. But the idea of and she kept asking me, I'll be honest, I said no for almost 2 years about becoming a coach because I was all about my CrossFit life, and I didn't feel like I had time for it. But she was posting about this big trip she was going to take, and I don't know what it was that I just decided, like, I'm going to be a coach and I'm going all in. And so I really signed up as a coach, not having used Beachbody before. But the program that she was sort of advertising was weightlifting and cardio, and it was agility, and it was everything that I was used to doing at CrossFit, but I had moved away from it. And I just was struggling with finding time to go to the gym. So I went all in, wanted to do the business thing, and thought, hey, if I earn some extra money for some trips, that'd be cool. Little did I know I could actually earn trips through this amazing opportunity. So I've been at it almost 3 years in December, and my whole family is on board. My kids, are walking around Beachbody billboards. So, Stephanie, I wanted to hear from you on why you became a coach.
Sure. Well, I actually said yes twice. The first time was about a year ago, and I had coached for about 6 months, and I kind of let fear and insecurity get in the way of things, and I gave up. But it's part of who I am, so I couldn't stay away from it for very long. And 6 months later, about a month ago, I said yes again. And the reason why I said yes was mainly because, especially the first yes, I was at a place where I was probably one of the lowest I had ever been. It was the most I had ever weighed. I was struggling with depression and anxiety and was super isolated, kind of just stuck. And when I saw your post about coaching, it was kind of like a lifeline to kind of get back to things that I had always loved. I'm a dietitian, I love nutrition, but I'd fallen off of the wagon in terms of exercise. I'd done Beachbody for 10 years now doing Turbo Gym, and so I knew of it, but I didn't connect Beachbody with coaching. And so when I was introduced to that, it was kind of a lifeline for me to get healthy and to grow and kind of get out of that funk physically, emotionally, mentally, and it helped me to re-engage in my own life with strength and vitality. And it's changed. I could go on forever about it because it's truly been like truly a lifeline. It helped bring me back to life. And so the fact that I can share this and pay it forward and bring people along with me, it's like an honor. I feel obligated almost. It's just too good to hold on for myself. And I just want to share with as many people and connect with as many people to show them that they are strong. They can have energy again. They can feel good again. And that life doesn't, you don't have to settle. Life can be as amazing as you want it to be.
And I think that that was one thing that I found through coaching was like, I was a dreamer, but I kind of put it aside and just felt like, oh, life is just whatever cards I was dealt. And so it's like really inspired me to like go big and to push past my own limits. And yeah, it's been crazy. And I don't remember what it was that I was going to touch on what you said, but Luann, why did you get into coaching?
So if I'm being completely honest, I got into it for the discount. But then I stuck with it and wanted to do challenge groups and make it bigger and better because of all the things that you guys just said. Like, it's just so amazing that you want to share it, you know? So then it became more of a community thing for me and wanting to kind of share the love and have challenge groups and help other people the way that you had inspired and helped me. So then I took it the extra step.
And I think a lot of people get caught up in, yes, as coaches, we earn income and we get commissions off of sort of recommendations, and people say, oh, I'm not salesy, I can't do sales. But in reality, we all sell things day in and day out. Like, how many times have you found something amazing on Amazon or a hair care product or makeup or whatever that you told somebody about, not because you were making money off of it, but because it truly changed your life, or your skin looked good, or your hair was luxurious, or whatever. And I think that's kind of what I like about Beachbody is our job as coaches really doesn't, it starts when someone commits and they make a purchase from you. It's not like, oh, I made a sale and that's the end of it. Like, that's truly, and I tell people when I'm your coach, like, you're stuck with me for life. Like, I'm not quitting this. This is my jam. This is what I live for every day. And so I think, unlike maybe some other, if you're going to use weight loss examples, or even nutrition supplements, I don't know how many other companies truly have someone that's there in the trenches with you, working out every day, understanding the struggles, giving you tips. Maybe you learned how to become a morning person like I did. What does that look like? Because 3 years ago, that was a completely foreign concept to me. Or even just being good on my nutrition. Gosh, I have a sweet tooth. Like, I can't get around my food fixation, looking at it from emotional standpoint. Like, how do you get through that? So you have people who are on their journey, maybe in a different way, but you find that community. And that's one of the things that I've really just loved about it, and just get so excited about seeing people find, what I found, knowing where they used to be. Like, for me, just being in a brain fog and irritable and sort of yelling at my kids because I was just tired and exhausted, and not really making time for my health like I should, and how that sort of I've grown and evolved into, not that I have it all together, that's for sure, but I'm certainly way better than I was before. And it was all just taking that first step to say yes, and then having a whole tribe of people there to support me, made all the difference. And I'm sure you guys would agree with that too. So I know a lot of people ask, like, well, how much does it cost? And the cool thing is, for actually just being a coach, to sign up as a coach is $39.95. That gives you sort of your website, your business tools, everything that you need in your back office, how to set up your direct deposit. It also gives you a whole customer service, which is amazing. Like, you don't have to ship products. You don't have to do returns. Like, there's a whole department that takes care of that for you, initially with the $39.95 and $15.95 a month to maintain. If you're military, both of those things are waived for you, so it's an awesome discount opportunity if you are military, prior military, or married to a current military member, active duty. And how do we earn income? So there is a 25% commission on most things, up to 33%, depending on what people purchase from you. And then there's opportunities for what we call team cycle bonuses, which are as you grow your team and you have more coaches underneath you, there's an opportunity to get residual income. That's the income that happens while you're sleeping. And that's really where long-term people do in this business end up making this their full-time career. They're able to retire their spouses or parents based on growing their team, and that's based off of your volume. So there's a couple of things. There's other incentives like trips and vacations, and then quarterly bonuses based off of your rank, and those are a percentage of the total profit margin for the quarter for the company, split equally amongst however many people are in those certain categories. So I will just say that not my upline, but our team leader, her quarterly bonuses the last 2 times have been around $20,000. So, and she's been at it for 5.5 years. It's her full-time job. She works about 20 hours a week. So there are varying levels of how involved you are as far as coaching goes. The 3 of us all have full-time jobs. We all have kids. We all have husbands, and we kind of do it as our side gig here and there. And I don't know about you guys, you can maybe share, but for me, like one of the reasons I have a alarm set on my phone is because I'll get carried away because I love it so much. It doesn't feel like work. You know, you start talking to people, and I personally like to solve problems. So if I'm thinking about like, okay, what is it that how can I help you specifically? What are you struggling with? And here are the solutions to that problem. Man, I just get so fired up. I could stay up all night doing it. Do you guys feel sort of the same way? And then even more so, like looking down the road, obviously I've, got maybe like 500 clients over the last almost 3 years. And you see people as they've sort of progressed over the years, and these small wins that end up adding up to these big results over time. And I think about somebody who, will message me and say, hey, for the first time, I didn't have to use a seatbelt extender on the airplane. Or for the first time, I went to the zoo with my kids and I actually walked around and enjoyed the zoo instead of just sitting down and watching them play on the playground. And like to know I had this little tiny thing every day telling that person that they could do it when they didn't believe it for themselves, like I get choked up and I get goosebumps thinking about like the impact that has on their kids and the generations to come after that. Just because I said, hey, I believe in you. I found this awesome workout program and a super easy meal plan that works for busy people. And oh, by the way, we're not like these fuddy-duddies. Like you can still have carbs and you can still have treats, and there's a place for wine or whatever. Like I can show you how to make desserts that are actually healthy, and you don't have to feel guilty about eating them. Like, who doesn't want that for everyone? Like, being healthy does not have to be hard. And I think that a lot of us, especially when life is stressful or busy, your health tends to be the first thing that goes. You stop working out because you don't make time for it. Stop eating healthy because going through the drive-thru is much quicker than actually sitting down for a couple of hours and meal planning. And that's what's so key, I think, about the coach aspect. Yes, you can go to a gym and you can get, do whatever on a treadmill, which I hate. But who's there to keep you accountable? And that's what is so key about this whole idea of having these groups and having a coach there to help you realize that, hey, when you fall off the wagon, maybe you just need someone to say, it's okay that you fell off the wagon. Like, let's get back, let's figure out a plan, and let's keep going. And that's what's so, to me, rewarding about this opportunity. And I've gone on and on, but do you guys have something to add?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that's one of the best parts about coaching is you are a real person. And so even though as a coach you are being an inspirer, you are also inspired by your team, and you don't have to do it alone. Like you two, I would have never met you if it wasn't for coaching. And actually, Luann, I've never met you in person, but I feel like I've known you forever. And when you say yes to coaching, yes, you say yes to this amazing opportunity to get healthy. But once you walk through the door, it is so incredible, the people that you meet. Like, that's what I think makes this business even better. Like, if it could possibly get better than all of those amazing things you're just saying, Susan, the people who say yes are the most incredible people I've ever met. And exactly like you said, like there's a team, a community of people who want to help you succeed. And I know when I first said yes to coaching, I was a little overwhelmed. I didn't know what to do, but that was okay because I wasn't alone. Susan, you were an amazing resource. You helped me through all of it. There's other members on our team who would reach out and help me, and through our entire team, like inspiring me constantly. And I would have never had that community anywhere else. And truly, there's nothing else. There's no other workout. There's no other gym. There's no other nutrition plan. Not even Weight Watchers. Like that's the only thing that's like community related, and that's not even a community, especially in comparison to what coaching is. It's like a sisterhood of Wonder Woman. And then there's men in there too.
And you know what? Like, I don't know about you guys, but making friends as an adult is hard. Like, unless it's your, friends of your kids' moms or whatever. Did I say that right? Yeah, your kids' friends' moms. Yeah, or whatever. Like, it's really hard to find people, I think, as an adult that you can go to and, share your tough times or ask for advice or whatever, like just how to be a better person. To have someone that you can go to and confide in that's like right there with you, loving on you, praying for you, whatever, like that, to me was like a completely unexpected blessing of coaching. Not to mention being able to travel with like your BFFs, like that's pretty cool. Like I wanted to do that my whole life. Like I never had a lot of female friends, and I always was envious of people who went on girls trips or whatever, and I never thought I'd be that girl. And then here I am, going on girls trips, like going at the beach and talking business, like what? How is this life? I don't know. And that's the other thing too, I think, that there is really no shortage of information out there. There's no secrets to success in the business. Everything that you need to know, you have the opportunity to make it your own. No one's going to tell you this is how you have to do it. What works for one person doesn't work for another. So there's a ton of information out there, training, which can be super overwhelming because there is so much out there and not enough time to do it. I don't know about you guys, but when I hit the ground, I wanted to hit the ground running. I said what I need to do. I did it. And then I binge watched a ton of training videos and have not really stopped. Every day I'm doing something to learn. And I think that's one of the aspects I love about coaching, is because day in and day out, it's really not ever the same. I'm always learning something new. I'll try something, it doesn't work for my business, and that's okay. I don't have to ask permission from anybody. I just kind of do it, and if it doesn't work, well, I learned a lesson. It didn't work, and move on. But very quickly, can you, Stephanie, tell me like what is your like number one favorite product? I know it's hard.
I've been thinking about this, and if I had to choose one, I think it would be Shakeology. The inner dietitian in me, because there is truly nothing else like it. There is no other product that will equate to Shakeology. And it's delicious, and contrary to popular belief, it is really affordable. So if I had to choose, it would be Shakeology.
And maybe for somebody who doesn't know what that is, could you like give me a 10-second commercial on what Shakeology is?
Well, Shakeology is the most Okay, I'm sorry, I won't do the commercial.
No, it's perfect.
Shakeology is it's a meal replacement shake. It's not just a protein shake. So you are getting all of the nutrients that you would get in a meal, but in a drink. And not only is it nutrients, but it's vitamins, minerals, herbs that help your digestive system, your energy. This is truly a superfood shake.
Oh, I might have lost you.
Yeah, I don't see her either.
I think.
Oh, no.
Are you there? I can hear you now. Okay, you're back.
I'm back.
You keep freezing.
Oh no. I have no idea what just happened. But can you still see me?
I can now, yeah. And you're not
Okay.
frozen.
Okay.
No, it's
Okay.
not bad. My face when it gets frozen is always terrible. Like,
I was like,
so basically all of the healthiest foods that you could possibly eat is in the shake. All of the nutrition, vitamins, minerals.
stuff that would cost you a gazillion dollars to go to Sprouts and buy, stuff that you can't even buy at Sprouts. I mean, literally, Darren Oline travels the earth to find these organic sources of proteins and adaptogen herbs. And if you don't know what an adaptogen herb is, so for me, what that looks like is I have seasonal affective disorder, so I get like the winter blues. And for me, it brings me up to a level to where I feel more sunshiny in the winter because I do really struggle with that, or even just dealing with my very difficult son. I joke about his terrible twos, threes, fours, fives, sixes, sevens. Like about 13, and he got not terrible, which coincidentally was about the same time I started taking care of my health. So I'm not saying it was Shakeology, but I will say that the adaptogen herbs work in a way that if you're super high in stuff in your body, it brings you down low. If you're low in something, it brings you up. They're miraculous. It's been used in countries as medicine for years and years and years. So I love that. Luann, you're on the hot seat. Favorite
so Shakeology and then Energize for sure. I could take Energize 10 times a day. No, not really, but it's awesome.
I take
awesome.
it sometimes to go to church.
Yeah. If you want to clean the house and you don't have the motivation, take some Energize. Like, it seriously is mom crack.
If somebody didn't know what Energize was, could you give the 5-minute commercial, 5-second commercial?
So I would say it's a completely plant-based pre-workout. And it's not like anything else. It's not like a bunch of caffeine or anything like that because it doesn't make you crash.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it just like wakes me up, gets me motivated, and then like stabilized. You're not like your heart's beating and racing, and you're not like all crazy like some of the pre-workouts I tried in the past made you feel. It just like wakes you up, you know? So it's awesome. And you know, it's all natural. Like other stuff really kind of scares me. And I just think Energize is awesome because I know what's in it. I know it's, you know, healthy, and it doesn't make me crash and burn.
And coincidentally, it is the whole performance line. So there's a pre-workout, a post-workout to help with muscle soreness. There's one you can take at night that gives you a really great sleep, but also works on muscle repair and recovery so that when you're working really hard because you've used Energize, and you can literally, statistics, they've done a whole clinical trial, 5% better output in taking Energize because it just gives you that little, and people will say, like people who did the clinical study, and maybe you guys have had this experience too, but people say that after drinking Energize, like workouts seem easier. And it's not necessarily that it's actually easier because you can do the same workout with or without it. It just makes it feel like, man, it makes you feel like you're a warrior. Like I'm ready to take on the world and slay all day. And I don't drink coffee. So like Energize, I'm not a morning person, and my 4 a.m. workouts probably would not happen if it weren't for the gloriousness that is Energize. And so like right now there's a lemonade flavor, but coming up in the spring, I think maybe February, there's going to be a fruit punch one. So I'm super pumped about that.
Yeah, it's exciting.
And I'll just say probably my favorite product, if you can call it a product, is the Beachbody On Demand, which is like the Netflix of workouts. Like there's so many options for everyone. There's a whole yoga studio. There's dance workouts and ab workouts and MMA style stuff you can do with your kids, stuff you can do when you're pregnant or after you deliver. I mean, there's so much there. There's a whole cooking show. If you wanted to know how to do clean recipes that taste super gourmet but aren't like really complicated, there's a whole show and a whole group of listings there. All of the workout programs come with a nutrition plan that really breaks it down, and amazing recipes that like honestly are built and geared towards busy people. Like they don't take a lot of time. and they taste really good and they're family friendly. Like if you would have told me that I'd be serving turnip French fries to my children and they would love them, like I probably would have told you no. My daughter hates vegetables, but like we actually prefer them over real French fries. Like they're so good, and who would have thought turnips were so good? I didn't know. I never tried them until I saw them in the recipe book. So it's an amazing value that just for a year subscription to Beachbody On Demand, all those tools and resources, my husband and I share a login, $99 for a year. Like you can't find a gym that will give you a whole nutrition plan plus a free coach to help you along the way. Like that's just one of the gazillion things. There's cleanses and all kinds of other resources. And some people ask about the costs. There are different costs and different options, really, I think, well suited for any budget level. Just a breakdown, but let's say, again, Beachbody On Demand is $99. There are incentive packs, like if you're signing up for to be a coach, your coach fee is waived. You get a year subscription to the Beachbody On Demand. You also get 30 days of Shakeology, which is normally around $130. You can get all of those bundled together from, depending on which option you get, $160 to $180, which is amazing. So there's a variety of things depending on what you want. Anything health nutrition. There's even snack bars that are like low sugar, better than a Larabar, and they run about $2 a bar. I like the cherry chocolate ones. They're in my desk drawer at work. So if I'm feeling snacky and I need some treat, I don't go to the chocolate stash. I eat a Beach Bar, and they're low in sugar, high in fiber. There's my commercial. So I don't know how much time we have left, but maybe Stephanie, if you could kind of just share your personal experience as a coach, maybe your vision for the future or whatever you feel.
Sure. So my experience as a coach, I don't know if I could even put it into words because it's been such a journey and such a ride for me. Like I said, when I first said yes, I was all in, but I still hadn't developed to the point where I stopped letting fears run my life. And so I was really insecure. When I first said yes, I was like, well, no one, like, it's work. You do have to put work into it, but it's fun because you're connecting with people and you're going along a journey. And because it's a journey, it does take some time. And I wanted to have a huge business by yesterday, and all of that fear kind of like it completely shut me down. And so after I got over that and realized that coaching is a journey and it's the funnest journey ever, I can't even begin to describe what it's like to talk to a person who wants to get healthy but maybe doesn't know how, or has fallen off the bandwagon and wants to get back on, and they feel bad because they're not where they used to be. One of my challengers, we used to play basketball together, and she got back on some of the workouts and she's like, I feel like myself again. And to hear someone say that they feel like them again is like the most exciting, most rewarding thing. Just to be able to be part of somebody's life as they get better and feel better, it's incredible. So in the future, we actually haven't had a sitter for a couple of days, so I've been able to be home with my kiddo, and I want that more than anything. I want to be able to completely have my schedule around him and my husband, and it's totally not that way right now. And so in the future, I do want to make this a full-time career. I want to support a team like you do, Susan, because you inspire me, and I want to be an inspiring leader, and I want to help other people get healthy, and I want to have a career that helps support my life but doesn't run my life. So, and I want to be on a beach with y'all.
Yes.
That's what I want to do.
Yes, I'm anxious. I think Saturday they're going to tell us where the 2020 Success Club trip is, and I'm like, what is it?
Yes, I want to be there with both of you.
Okay, deal. Done and done. Luann, how about you?
My story, is that what we're telling? I'm sorry.
Well, just kind of your personal experiences being a coach and
Okay.
kind of where you see yourself going, or maybe how
So,
when you.
so I just did my first challenge group, and I guess the big thing for me and why I don't know why I love it so much is seeing the difference and it helping me motivate me. You know, like I was pregnant and I just started this challenge group post 8 months post pregnancy, and I really needed before this, I really needed something to help me get my life back in order, fitness wise, nutrition wise, personal development wise. And this sparked it in me. And then doing my first challenge group, you know, one of the girls in it is posting progress pics. And she's had such amazing progress and she's so inspired by it all. I just love sharing the inspiration you gave me to other people. It's addicting. You know, you can think all day long how you want to help people, and it's amazing that no matter where you go, nutrition and fitness and those things like fall into everybody's life, you know, or they just want something to relieve the stress, and you're like, well, I just read this book, you should, you know, and you're sharing the book with them. So I just love how much it helps people, because I feel like anymore in society and everything, we just work. That's all everybody does. You raise kids and you work. And I really was looking for something to help me, you know? And so that's what I love about Beachbody. And that's what I love about having the community and having the coach aspect. I also would love to do it full time, to be home with my family more. But I love that it shares the fitness and nutrition with your family as well. Like you're just doing your thing and you're helping other people. And then you're helping your family. Like my kids, my son's only 3 and he's drinking the what's it called, morning sunshine.
Sunshine.
Okay, because he calls it banana milk, so I couldn't even remember. But every morning he's like, "Mommy, banana milk," you know. And I just love sharing all of it with them too. So
Yes, I think I don't know about you guys, if you feel like there was like these unexpected blessings that came from saying yes to being a coach. Like, yes, you wanted to have accountability, and yes, you wanted to get results, and you needed help and a solution that was designed for super busy people. But then, like we talked about, it just kind of like naturally comes out. And yes, there are people, I will be honest, as a coach, selling health is a hard thing to do, especially in American society. Like, everybody wants something that's quick and will happen right away, and whatever pill I can take and get a quick fix, I want to do. But what I have found is I really didn't know how bad I felt until I felt good. Like I had lived in a chronic fog with blood sugar issues and headaches and digestive problems and bad skin and sleepless nights, to where I'd have to take sleep aids every single night, to being a morning person and being energized and finally becoming the mom I'd always wished I could be, but was so stressed and didn't take care of myself that I just couldn't help myself. So I think like just being part of the community and realizing that it is a journey. You're not going to fix everything overnight. It's taken me 2.5 years to get a handle on my nutrition. I mean, I started small. I wanted to be consistent in my workouts every day, and obviously showing up in a group with a bunch of people that I hadn't really met in person in some cases, like really got me in a good habit. And then I sort of worked on organizing my kids in the morning, so we weren't just running around like idiots not knowing what to do. And then it was organizing my house and then my business, and then I kind of got around to nutrition a little bit later. It's taken me a long time, but that's kind of the beauty of it. It is a journey. Like there's no perfection. Nobody can relate to perfection. And the coolest thing is, in this, you just ask people, hey, you want to do this workout with me? It's super fun. You're going to get motivated and your life's going to change. And for some reason, that is so hard to believe. It's a hard sell for some people, because I can relate to that several years ago when I just didn't think I had time. And all of us can attest to, you will make whatever is your priority happen. Like if your kids need you to get up in the middle of the night to clean up the bed because they wet it or whatever, they're throwing up, you're going to do it as a mom. Like, there's just no doubts about it. And we spend so much time focusing our attention on everyone else that oftentimes we forget to take care of ourselves. And that's one of the things that I kind of just like learned in this community. Like, it's okay to, you know, take care of myself. And my kids are seeing me every day in my living room. Well, they're not up at 4 a.m. now, but used to when I'd work out in the afternoon. And even still, sometimes they'll work out with me. And Stephanie, I know, well, both of you guys have posted videos of your kids crawling all over you while you were, mine are not small anymore, but like, how cool is that they're growing up and seeing a strong and empowered mom, and how that is translated into how they live their lives later. I know for me, when my daughter was small, I was like super self-conscious and always like not wanting to be in photos or not wanting to be in a swimsuit on the beach, or not, you know, just like missing out on things because I was wrapped up in my own mind about how I looked or how I felt, or I didn't have the energy to do this or that. And I didn't want to impart that on my child, like my gorgeous, wonderful little human being. Like, I want her to know that she can accomplish anything and that she's strong and I'm empowered. And that's kind of where I got sort of this glad warrior, you know, mindset, and changing and not being victims and being, you know, empowered and all that stuff. So I love that that's what our team sort of strives to be, are these a light in the darkness, a strong person, someone people can count on. Like, that's kind of who our team is. And I'm excited about sort of what that means moving forward, and all of the awesome stuff that's coming next year. I don't know if y'all heard, but Shaun T has a new workout coming out. And it's going to be huge. It's interesting because I was telling somebody today, I was at one of a big Beachbody event that happens every year, and they had people on stage. There was probably 24 of them. All of them had lost over 100 pounds each. And if you think about what a life change that is in itself, but I'd say probably 90% of them had all gotten started with a Shaun T program, T25. And you think about even like the people who get the big, you know, $100,000 every year at Summit. There are two winners. And you think about if somebody had told them when they first started, hey, you're going to win $100,000 for exercising and working out, like, they probably would have put a lot more effort into their workouts. But it's kind of the same with the business. Like, you have the opportunity to make income off of being healthy. Like, that's pretty awesome. Like, it's win-win in my opinion. Does anybody have, we have less than a minute, any last minute attacks? No? Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to be with us tonight. I appreciate you all very much, and I'm excited for what's to come.
Ditto. Thank you.
You bet. Good night.
See ya.